everyone. Guten Morgen, guten Mittag und guten Abend. Welcome to our INCRadio satellite studio in the district of Central Europe, and I'm happy that everyone is tuned in again at this time. My name is Frances Manalili from Frankfurt, Germany, and I'm also one of your hosts for tonight. But with me is also our lovely co-host, Henry.
Hello, I am a lovely co-host named Henry here also with you on this broadcast today. Thank you for joining us. I'm here all the way in Kaiserslautern, Germany, where the weather is just right. Hope you're all having a wonderful evening tonight. And we have with us two of our panelists who I don't know where they are. Let's first introduce Kevin. Say hi to everyone, Kevin.
Hello, first of all, thank you for having me here today. I'm Kevin Aaron Solitaria from Frankfurt, Germany.
And we have our other panelists for this evening who will have a lot of advice for us tonight on how we should wear for both men and women. So let's introduce Chanel.
Hi everyone, I'm Chanel Manalili and I am also from the local of Frankfurt here in Germany.
Glad to have the both of you here. Francis, how will we start our program this evening?
So we will start our program with an icebreaker game. So we will have a bit boost up games. Everyone is ready for our topic conversation that will follow after. And our topic for tonight is about spring fashion and trends, refreshing your style for the season. But before we get into that, of course, we have prepared an icebreaker. But for those who have also just tuned in and are not from Central Europe, maybe from the Philippines, time check real quick. It's 8:05 p.m. Central European summertime. And I believe in the Philippines, it's 2 a.m. Philippine time. Thank you for those who are tuning in. We're very happy to have you here as well tuned in this evening. And yes, so moving on to our icebreaker that we have mentioned and that you probably have seen, it's the Zoom In challenge. So may we ask for Kuya Tech to please show us the game. Okay, this is the mechanics on how to play the icebreaker game. So we have very close-up images that will be displayed, and everyone has to guess the object or the accessory being shown. Okay, thank you so much. So let's start with the first zoomed in image. Okay. So what do we see here?
So I am going to ask let's the men try first, because that to me looks like something you put on the floor. But I don't know. The topic is spring fashion, so I'm definitely wrong. What do you think, Kevin?
I think it's a straw hat. Looks like a straw hat to me.
That is a way better guess than what I ever could have thought of. All right, let's see. Chanel, do you agree with Kevin, or do you think that's something else?
I'm gonna be creative with this one and say a picnic basket.
So picnic basket and straw hat. What do you think, Francis? I have no guesses. I'll leave it up to you.
I'll also be creative. To me, it really looks like, like a round carpet, maybe. That could be it. We don't know.
Nice.
So what do you think, Henry? Your last guess.
See, looking at some of the comments, someone is saying straw hat. I'm seeing hat from Kenneth Joy, and Trisha says straw hat. I see weave basket from Sister Emma Lermo. What is the answer, Kuyatek? Is it a straw hat? It is a straw hat. Congratulations. I thought it was something on the floor, so that's why I didn't really want to guess at all. All right, so the answer was a hat, or specifically a straw hat. All right, let's go to the next picture. Okay. See, fashion. When I see fashion, I do not see pink. Something like looks like that. That will not be the first thing that comes to mind. So let's reverse it. Chanel, what is your best first guess on what that is?
I don't know if anyone can see me right now, but I'm trying to look at this at every angle because I have no idea right now. I'm just gonna go and say it's like a pink chair.
Uh,
Like
maybe
a leg of a chair.
that might be a part of a chair. Uh, Kevin, come to our rescue. Do you think it's a chair or is it something else?
No, I think it looks like a sandal, right? To me, it looks like a sandal.
Wow, that makes everything, that puts it into perspective. You see, when you see things up close, you will never have a good idea. But when you have the perspective of Kevin, you can see anything no matter how close or how far you are. Francis, you think he's correct?
To me, it really looks like also a pink sandal. Yeah, it really looks like it. Also from the pattern I can see, right? Yes, I am very confident in my answer.
Oh, she gave her final answer. I think Kevin got the points on this one. Kuya Tech, what is the answer? Is that a pair of sandals? Flip flops, sandals, or in Hawaii, we call them slippers or slippas. Yes, that is the answer. And it's right next to a pool. And I'm not ready for the pool in springtime, but if you are, you have pink sandals, you should be ready to go now with that picture. All right. Do we have any more of our icebreaker? Any more pictures to see? Ooh, okay. Ooh, let's see. That does not look like something I would wear. Okay, Francis, you take this one.
Ooh, okay. This is very interesting. This, I don't know if I guessed that right, but I think yes, Henry. I think Sister Chanel and I might know what it could be.
All right, Chanel, redeem yourself. She put you on the spot. What is that?
Oh dear. Okay. Well, so far, I think Kevin has been very good at guessing, so I'm gonna let him go before me.
All right, give us again, Kevin. What do you think it is?
Okay, so I think it looks like sunglasses, but it could also be like the handle of a bag. It could also be the handle of a bag.
You know what, Kevin? I'm looking at the chat and I see Sister Leanne Orbon say sunglasses, Brother Mario eyeglass. My wife, Sister Rachel, says sunglasses. A lot of shades on sunglasses in the chat. So I will agree with you. See, you have the eye of a hawk. No matter how close you are, you see it from a bird's eye view. Good job. I think that's correct. So Kuya Tech, can you show us the answer? Wow. You can't see it, but Chanel is applauding. They're all applauding because I mean I think all of chat and all of our viewers are applauding. Well, I mean they did really help us out. So applaud yourselves as well because you all had the perspective to know what that is, no matter how zoomed in that picture was. Do we have any more pictures for our icebreaker game today? I believe that's the last one. Okay. So, and that kind of leads into our topic conversation for today. Is that correct, Francis? What are we going to talk about this evening?
Yes, so Henry, and for everyone who are tuned in, our topic conversation um, is about spring fashion and trends, refreshing your style for the season. And like we have already seen in our icebreaker game, there have been some parts of it, especially now for spring, right? The sunglasses, since the weather now is very nice, very sunny here in Germany. Right, so we will get more into that, and we have invited Chanel and Kevin to talk more about this topic. So let's ask Chanel, can you tell us what are the key fashion trends for you for spring of this year?
When I think of spring, I already think of pastel colors and light and flowy clothes. And especially, I think, for the trend lately, and what I love about this generation actually is back then I used to be skinny jeans and tight clothing. But nowadays, we're bringing back a lot of baggy clothes and more loose clothing. And they're really bringing that into the spring season, which I feel is much more practical, much more fun because you can just kind of go out and feel light and breezy, as beautiful as the flowers out here in Germany that are blooming. So, pastel colors, light and breezy clothing, and one new trend that I'm learning right now that will be in for this season is polka dots. I heard polka dots will be coming in for this year's spring. So keep an eye out for that, or you yourself can even try on some polka dots as well.
So let's keep that in mind. All the pastels, the polka dots, and bringing things back from the past with the baggy jeans. So is that something us men would do, Kevin? Is that something that we are in? Are we in that trend? Are you in that trend? Explain a little bit about yourself in terms of who you are, and you're representing the men, men with style. So do we follow this? Do we wear pastels, or what is your fashion? What do you like to wear during spring this type of year? Or does it even matter that it's spring? Let me ask you that.
So that's a good question. So yeah, polka dots. That's the first time I'm hearing polka dots. So I'm not into polka dots, but I do like designs. I like designs on dress shirts. I like designs on pants. They look good to me. But polka dots, never heard of them. But yeah, actually, I also keep it simple. Like trendy things are not that for me because in the word trend, it says it already. It's a trend. It comes and it goes. So yeah, we stay simple.
So let's see. If it's not a trend, it's a statement. It's who you are. It's your identity. So what is it that you really like to wear any season, whether it's spring or not? Is there something that you are that is a trend, a lifetime trend for you that you like to wear?
Yes, I do have like a lifetime trend. It's chains, like small accessories, chains, rings, or watches. I know the men out there like watches. So yeah, I keep it with the accessories and the dress shirts. The suit trousers are also good. And for now, with the warmer weathers, linen. Linen is also nice.
So, black never goes out of style. Look, and if you compare our outfits, it's very solid color. You may never see me wear polka dots. Do you have any fashion advice, Chanel? Because it seems that you seem to know what's going on. Um, I don't know what's going on with the trends in season. So, what can you tell to our viewers, those who are in our broadcast today? Things that of with what's going on, how should they approach shopping this time of year?
Oh, there's a lot to say about that. But first, I want to compliment Kevin because it seems that Kevin himself is his own trendsetter by not following the trends, ironically. So when you think about it, Kevin's style is black in spring. I think that's very iconic and very Kevin. But for those of us who want to feel, who wants to try a much more lighter color, a much more lighter palette, specifically for the men as well, who needs to kind of update their wardrobe. I love what Kevin said about wearing linen clothes, linen pants. Maybe later I'll get his recommendation so I could tell my husband to go buy some linen clothes and change up his wardrobe for once. um, but I think what would really help for if you want to spice it up is just try going for browns, blues, for the men specifically, especially if they don't want to go for any crazy colors, maybe like too much yellow or too pink is maybe too much for them. But neutral colors within shades of brown, shades of gray, shades of blue, I think that would be very beautiful for the spring season. And for the ladies as well, when it comes to trying to dress light, keep it simple. Simple and flowy, I think, is the best idea for what to wear in spring.
So simple seems to be the theme that we are naturally going towards, keeping our wardrobe as simple as possible. So that definitely matches the men for sure. I have clothes that probably a few years old that hey, if as long as it doesn't wear out in the washer and dryer as time passes, why not keep it? It still looks good. It looks still fine. Would you agree with that, Kevin? Are there things that you really just want to keep on wearing, or do you feel the need to refresh your entire wardrobe? So, like, I guess what I'm trying to ask is there a way that you can adjust to this spring season without having to refresh your entire wardrobe, or would you rather just hold on to what you have, or do you feel the need to go, shopping for a brand new everything? What do you think?
It's not always a need to go out and buy new things. So the things you have in your wardrobe, you can always combinate with other things. So, for example, you have, as Chanel said, brown colors with beige tones, or pastel colors, or all black colors. So those things. And in spring, I like to wear loafers. I love them in spring because they're just easy to wear. They look good, and that's the way to go for me. And yeah, so for the new things, it's not always a must, but if you grow out of your clothes, then you have to. So yeah, that's that.
Yes, Kevin, thank you for sharing that with us. Like you have mentioned, definitely, you said loafers, right? Maybe for the ones who don't know what loafers are, I think they look very nice. Um, Also, Kevin, knowing Kevin, he has a very great style. So loafers, they also look very comfortable, right? There's also one that you can add to your fashion style, right? For those who are still looking, okay, which way to go, maybe try to add some things, right? But like Kevin also has mentioned, if you don't really want to update or refresh your wardrobe, right? Either you have too many clothes already, like I have, that won't fit anymore in my closet. Of course, I also have to think of new ways on how to make my um, older clothes um, better again, right? For example, like combining it with different different clothings. For example, I would say, oh, I have an older T-shirt that I haven't worn, or a pullover. I have never worn it with this type of jeans or this type of pants, right? So I would just grab what I have, let's say the T-shirt, and I would see, oh, okay, this fits well, right? Like creating new outfits. That could also be a way of making new outfits with the clothes that you already have, right? And especially if you don't want to buy also new clothes, like Kevin has mentioned, try to also maybe bring accessories into your outfits, right? I think that also makes it more stylish, right? Seeing, oh, okay, necklace, rings, right, or watches. It really has a good touch to it. And yes, especially for older clothings, right? There are also DIYs that you can use, right? Let's say you have an older or a baggy T-shirt and you want to make it more fitted. There are different ways on how to style it and how to make a new clothing out of it. So there are very different ways on how to really spice up your wardrobe. And yeah, let's also ask Chanel. We want to hear your tips and tricks and how people can also refresh their wardrobe without buying entirely new outfits. What would you advise them to do?
I think the first step is, first of all, trying to declutter your closet first so you have room. And the next step is being mindful of what you're buying and kind of taking a step back and see if you find a shirt or a top or skirt that you really like. Ask yourself, would I wear this more than once? What can I wear this in multiple seasons? And if there's any other clothes that would match this, and if it's limited, I wouldn't suggest that you buy it. I think what I've learned is the best for me, that saved a lot of money as well, is buying your basic set of clothes. Like, for example, you have a t-shirt that you like. Just buy a black and white short sleeve t-shirt, black and white long sleeve t-shirt. I also do this for my winter clothes as well. Like, for example, my knit sweaters. I have one in black, cream, and gray. And I can easily rotate all those sweaters into multiple different outfits. The same goes with my coats, and you can also say this for your trench coats for the spring season as well. You can have one in beige, and black and gray as well. And you can make so many different types of outfits just with a simple basic color set, this simple basic just shirt and pants. That's really all you need. And if you do want to spice it up, just make sure that you know yourself enough. Like, for example, for me, I've learned, oddly enough, the color mustard yellow looks really good on my skin. So it can be a statement color. I do have a mustard yellow jacket specifically because I know that it matches my skin so well. And in that sense, be mindful of what you buy and make sure that you wear it often. So that would be some of my tips.
So mustard yellow. Uh,
Great tips,
I don't
Chanel.
know.
So, basic outfits that you can buy.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was just going to comment on the mustard yellow because that still fascinates me. I guess Chanel really understands the clothes that go with her and who she is. Mustard yellow is something that can be exuberant and is flamboyant. The word for certain people. It's part of her personality, I guess, that just matches with who she is, and she's comfortable wearing it, especially in this type of season. So, are there, is that something that never goes out of style? Is that something that stays in season? Is that something that's trendy, or is that something you'd only wear in the spring? How do you come to that conclusion, Chanel? That I'm gonna wear mustard yellow.
I think one of the biggest things of when it comes to finding your style as opposed to following the trends is you really have to explore. You really have to try on many different clothes. And you also, again, like you mentioned, I have to know myself. And one of the three big questions I ask is, one, how does wearing this make me feel? Does it make me feel good? If so, yes. The second thing I also ask is, does this complement, my body? Does this suit me? Does it fit me well? And if so, yes, yes. You dress according to your your body type and also your skin type as well, because it really changes how you look just by simple colors. And the way I found mustard yellow was actually because I thrifted, or no, I did not thrift it. Sorry, I had to dig through my memories, but it was given to me as a hand-me-down by one of my aunties, and I just tried it on. I actually wore it on a previous radio show, and I was like, in this lighting, even outside lighting, this color makes my skin glow. And I felt confident. It suited my body type, and it suited my skin type as well. So it made me very happy. So of course, I kept it as a staple, odd color clothing, but it's not too crazy. And it suits me personally. I know that it wouldn't suit anybody else, but I think that's the unique thing about fashion. You find something that suits you and makes you glow, that makes you happy.
Very great statement, Chanel. And yes, I can only agree to that, right? However, whatever clothes you're trying on, right? Might it be new clothing or new colors, especially, right? Being open to it and finding out, oh, okay, I never thought of this. This actually really looks good on me, right? Feeling confident in that color, and also taking a new style. And yeah, of course, talking about trench coats, right, or pieces in fashion. What are, I would say, timeless spring fashion pieces that never go out of style, that you can always wear with different outfits and or a different season of the year? Let's ask Kevin. What are your timeless spring fashion pieces that you think never go out of style?
So my what I think is never going out of style in spring are, first of all, the loafers and dress shirts and the dress trousers. They're actually the things you cannot go wrong with whenever you go out in spring. But there are also combinations with you wear a dress shirt and you lay it with a hoodie, not a hoodie, but you lay your clothes. You have a shirt on, and then you have a dress shirt on, and then you layer it with a nice scarf. That looks also good to me in spring. So yeah, I stick with that.
Ah, okay. So you have mentioned that you wear loafers, right? And also dress shirts. Maybe for those who are unfamiliar with dress shirts like me, can you maybe go more into that and explain to us what dress shirts are, Kevin?
Dress shirts are actually just button-down shirts. So yeah, you keep button-down shirts open with a shirt under, and maybe you have a chain lookout. So yeah.
Ah, okay, I get it. So it's really just like what you have mentioned, like dress shirt with like not buttoned together, but like unbuttoned, and then you would wear it like with accessory, like with a chain or so. Okay, now I get it. Yeah, so um those are the things that Kevin would see as timeless spring fashion pieces for him. So that's his style, right? Going more into loafers or those type of shirts that would fit to his style and that would never go out of style for him. So let's ask from the perspective of the woman. So let's ask Chanel, what are your spring fashion pieces that never go out of style?
One thing I can say for sure is pastel colors in spring are always, always, always iconic. You can never go wrong with pastel colors in spring. And for me, I love wearing pastel colors. It makes me feel girly and beautiful. And I'm sure a lot in our audience agrees because I can already see in the comments that there are people saying light blues, yellows, and greens. So everyone agrees pretty much pastel colors are the best in spring. Another big tip I do want to give, especially if you want to keep in touch with having that basic set of clothes for like the white top and blue jeans and stuff, the best thing you can do is accessorize. It's quite inexpensive, and one thing that I really love is headbands. I think having headbands in the spring is so cute. I think it'll be very cute if you, especially if you have a white one or a brown one, even a black one, with different textures as well. That would be a very cute look for spring. And for me personally, what I think is timeless and that works for me the best, and not just in spring, but in any season as well, is wearing gold accessories. Specifically, rose gold is my favorite, and my favorite accessory to wear is earrings as well. So usually you'd see me wearing rose gold or gold earrings of any type. Sometimes it can be statement earrings. Like, for example, this is not too much of a statement, but it is like a rose gold handmade clay earring. I think it's very fun for spring. And I think when you think about spring as well, is it's a fun season. So you can kind of go a little bit crazy if you want. But I like to keep it simple and not too much. But I do love having a good statement earring and gold accessories for me.
So you can see the personalities of Kevin and Chanel, and it's not just a man and women thing, but it's really part of who we are as our individual identity. And the way that Kevin describes the clothes that he wears, uh, it's very, I'll say it, it's like a man answer. It's the same answer that probably I would give if I was asked those questions. Which is, it's very straightforward. We're very efficient people. But as for Chanel's answers, it's very individualistic. It's who she is, and it's well thought out. It's not something that she just came up with. It's trial and error. It's a part of individual finding who you are, and she loves to express that. So now, as we close out our topic, and of course, we will get to the comments because we did ask you a question earlier. But as we close out the topic, let's start with Kevin. Now, how can individuals express their personality through fashion while staying trendy? Because there's a lot of trends going on, but at the same time, we don't want to get too caught up in it, but we don't want to be so far away from it because you'll somewhat be called out of style, if that's the correct term. So how do you express yourself with your fashion and the things that you wear and the way that you groom yourself and that you come out into the real world with who you are? How do you express yourself with your fashion and the way that you present yourself?
So I have more of a casual or formal look always when I go out. So I always keep it simple, not too much of. I do like colors, but not always too much colors. I wear all white and then small accents of little other colors, or all black and small accents of maybe green or red. Always look good. But for the personality wise, I always think make it make sense for yourself. So whatever you want to wear, just wear it. So fashion for me is not what you wear, it's like how you wear it. If you wear something and you feel good in wearing it, then go for it. If you go with a trend and you don't feel good with the trend, then it will automatically look not bad, but you can feel that's not your kind of style that you usually do. So yeah, just do the just wear the things you like, so you feel also comfortable in wearing the clothes you want to wear.
So Kevin's really touching upon, the simplicity and the efficiency and the comfortability of wearing what you want to wear, despite of what's going on with the trends out there. So Chanel, you're very up to date with what's going on with attire. You can very well define exactly, what matches and what fits you. So, how do you, with your attire, with your wardrobe, what does that say about you? What does it mean to you with the clothes that you wear, and how very precise your selection is? What can you say about that, about your fashion choices and how you express yourself?
I think it's a big compliment that you think I'm so well versed with fashion. But really, it's just being very open-minded. I think that's the biggest thing, and being very just being willing to try different styles, different outfits. And for me, I was lucky enough to have a sister and a mom who I could fit their clothes. So I didn't have to buy as many. So I would try on their clothes as well. And I was able to learn much quicker which clothes suited me better. And for my style now as an adult, I would say that I do like to keep it simple. I think it's really about my time, my energy. Keep it simple, but also elegant, elegant and graceful. As much as possible, that's what I want to try. And like you said, our Kevin and I both have very different styles, very different personalities, but our methods when it comes to finding our fashion and trying on these outfits are very much the same. You have your base set of outfit and then the accessory. I want to put heavy emphasis on accessory. I think that's very important. I do want to bring up a comment that right here, this is Irene Juliet Calvello. She says trench coat plus jeans plus a nice colorful bag makes a great outfit. And I think that's good advice. I think that's very creative. So really have fun, be open, and be creative with the outfits you want to try, and eventually you will find your style. You will find out what works best for you.
So I guess the theme that we're getting from your responses to, especially to the last question, is really more along the lines of be comfortable. If you're comfortable with what you wear, um, anyone can see that in your facial expressions, in your nonverbal, and how you walk. Just because it fits so nicely and you chose to wear it, you wanted to wear it. Trends will come and go, but you will always be you. You will stay the same. And if we get too caught up in all of these trends, sometimes it may take you to a path of uncomfortability where you might even lose who you are. So fashion can really be used as a means to express who you are as a person, as simple as you can be, or even if you can get into the details of what works for you, that's part of self-discovery as well. But there's always a time and a place to wear certain things. Just always keep that in mind that fashion is part of your identity. So, Francis, let's go to our comments. I know we had a lot of comments earlier about the question about things that they like to wear during spring. Have you seen any comments some of our viewers have mentioned?
Yes, Henry, I can see you have a lot of comments and that our viewers and listeners are actively participating here in our YouTube live chat. So let's read some of the comments out. We have from Sister Jonah Rubik, and she commented capsule wardrobes. 6 shirts and 6 bottoms make more than 25 outfits. That's a great method that you could also put into your fashion style, right? It's a new method maybe for those who don't know about it, and it's also great, especially if you go travel somewhere else, right? And you cannot bring a lot of clothes. So the capsule wardrobe method is a very great one to also maybe to consider, right? Having basic outfits like the white t-shirt, right, with the black pants. You can combine anything, but yes, so only 6 shirts and 6 bottoms can really make 25 outfits. Very great comment. And then we have Sister Kenjin Libunao. In order to upgrade wardrobe this spring, it is fun to visit a Flohmarkt or thrift stores for cheap, unique alternates this spring to build spring capsule wardrobe. Very great tip as well. Hashtag Berlin and hashtag Meissen. Thank you so much for your comment. And then we also have another comment from Sister Lisette Augustine, and she commented, what will complement your skin and hair is what you should also wear. And then thank you so much. And then we also have from brother Mario Calvello, and he commented, so nice wearing polo shirts during springtime. Hashtag Berlin. And yes, it also goes very well with the weather, right? And another comment we have from Sister Elisha Bartolome, and she commented, I love hand-me-downs for my sister and mom. I can stealing clothes for my ate's closet. Haha. Hashtag Heidelberg. Can only agree with you, Alicia. Sister Alicia, right? Having hand-me-downs so we don't have to buy new clothing. Okay. And yes, we have a lot more comments to read out, but we will get back to it after our station break that we will have now.
This is INCRadio, DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.
Hi! Ako po ang inyong Ate Pearl at samahan nyo kami ngayong Lunes sa Like and Share. Tikman ang creamy at flavorful na beef kulma na siguradong mapapa-extra right ka. Sama-sama nating tuklasin ang ganda at sariwang hangin ng Pitas Island. Alamin ang mga tips para sa simple pero classy na look araw-araw. At sa episode na ito ating mapapanood ang mga vlogs mula sa distrito ng Zamboanga City. Kaya samahan nyo kami ngayong Lunes dito sa Like and Share, April 28, 2025, 2 o'clock p.m. Philippine Standard Time. Dito lamang yan sa INC Radio.
Your Spotify playlist just got more exciting and inspiring because the INC Original Music is now on Spotify. Search up INC Original Music and discover songs about our faith and love, songs for our family and friends, songs full of hope, songs that keep us going. Add them all up to your favorite Spotify playlist. You can explore uplifting INC Original Music in a variety of styles and genres. Share your INC Original Music playlist to your friends. It's now even easier to share our faith and much easier to uplift ourselves and others through Christian music. INC Original Music, now available on Spotify.
And we are back. Thank you for sticking with us in our broadcast this evening, where we're talking about spring fashion and how to stay with the trends, but also stay who you are, and keeping up with the trends, but always remembering that it's just best to be comfortable in what you wear. So now, as we proceed in our broadcast, we go to next our favorite segment, where something I always need to learn as the one who doesn't know how to speak German yet. So once again, we like to revisit back with Miss Malou to continue to teach us more Deutsch, more German in our segment, German is Fun. Goeiedag.
German is fun. Deutsch macht Spaß. Hallo zusammen. Hello everyone. Welcome to German is Fun. Willkommen zu Deutsch macht Spaß. Schön, dass ihr dabei seid. I'm Sister Malou Francisco, bringing you another fun episode of Learning Basic German. German is fun. Deutsch macht Spaß. Today we learn words and phrases in German that have to do with the things or activities that we do in shopping malls. First, I'll say the words and phrases in English, then the equivalent in German. All you have to do is repeat after me, and let's do our best. Let's have fun together. German is fun. Deutsch macht Spaß. Shopping mall. The mall. The mall. Plural, the malls. We go shopping. Wir gehen shoppen. Wir gehen shoppen. Wir gehen shoppen. Wir gehen shoppen. Clothes shop. Das Bekleidungsgeschäft. Let's do it slowly. It's a long word, but you can manage, I know. Bekleidungsgeschäft. Bekleidungsgeschäft. Plural, clothes stores, die Bekleidungsgeschäfte. Die Bekleidungsgeschäfte. Jeans. The Germans use the same word. The jeans. The jeans. Bakery. Die Bäckerei. Die Bäckerei. Plural, die Bäckereien. Die Bäckereien. Bread, das Brot. Das Brot. Cake, der Kuchen. Der Kuchen. Cakes, die Kuchen. Die Kuchen. German is fun. Deutsch macht Spaß. Elevator or lift, der Aufzug. Der Aufzug. Take note, the G at the end of the word sounds like a K. Plural, die Aufzüge. Die Aufzüge. Escalator, die Rolltreppe. Die Rolltreppe. Plural, die Rolltreppen. Die Rolltreppen. Restaurant, das Restaurant. Das Restaurant. Restaurants, plural, die Restaurants. Die Restaurants. German is fun. Deutsch macht Spaß. This has been today's episode of German is Fun, Deutsch macht Spaß. I hope you had a lot of fun joining us today, as I had much fun bringing another episode of Deutsch macht Spaß. Till next time, bis zum nächsten Mal. Ich bin Schwester Malou Francisco saying vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen. Tschüss! German is fun. Deutsch macht Spaß. German is fun. Deutsch macht Spaß.
German is Fun, a new episode with Miss Malou. We hope that for those who are still trying to learn German, that you have added these vocabularies to your German, to your German study sessions, maybe that you still have, right, to your vocabularies, I would say. So thank you, Mrs. Malou, for always providing us with new words in German in our German is Fun, Deutsch macht Spaß segments. And moving on to our next segment, we have our CEU in action with Brother Scott. Okay. Hello, Brother Scott. Thank you so much for being with us here this evening. And Brother Scott, can you tell us what are the recently held activities that we had here in the District of Central Europe?
Okay, goedemorgen, goedemiddag, goedenavond, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone. We welcome you to our segment here in the CFO in Action. So we hope you could follow along with our presentation that we have here in the Kadiwa Nature Walk from our brethren there in the local congregation of Berlin, Germany. As you can see already, and we notice the weather is already changing when you see this in the background. And this is where a lot of people in this part of the world actually goes out. And as been discussed by different our brethren earlier, the different clothing that could possibly be used during the summer, during the spring actually. And here, brethren, the next activity that was also approved by the church administration is our CFO Family Fun Day, where different clusters in our district were able to participate. Earlier was from the local congregation of Frankfurt City, Frankfurt am Main, there in Germany. We thank you for the brethren of supporting this activity, and our brethren there in Wiesbaden, our brethren also in Hamburg, and don't forget our brethren there in the Netherlands, in the local congregation of Rotterdam, and a portion of our brethren there in the country of Switzerland, in the area Zurich, or as they pronounce it, Zurich. Again, our brethren, they're from Berlin, Germany. And don't forget our brethren from the local congregation of Bonn, Germany. If I'm not mistaken, our district minister was with the brethren there in Bonn, Germany. And our district minister was with the brethren there in Frankfurt. And our brethren there in Munich, our brethren there in Dordrecht, the Netherlands, and also last but always the best, the local congregation of Heidelberg. Once again, beloved brethren, we thank you for your continued support in the activities in the Christian family organizations. Don't forget, because we're already looking forward in this part of the world, as they call it, the European Unity Games. And we continue to pray for our brethren who will participate and represent our district of Central Europe. And our spirit of unity is with your sportsmanship and your unity that you will show to the brethren there, not only in the city of Barcelona, in the country of Spain, but in this part of the world as we unite in the activities launched by the church administration. Sister Francis?
Thank you so much, Brother Scott, for updating us about the recently held activities here in this part of the world, in the District of Central Europe. And we're always happy to see all of the locals and all of the members members being united in these various activities. And thank you so much, Brother Scott. Moving on to our last segment before our closing part. Henry, what is our next part of our broadcast?
So, in line with the activeness of our district in all the activities, now we need to see the activeness of our chat and the brethren who participate in our broadcast. So, we go to one of the final segments of our broadcast today, the top 3 clusters of Central Europe in INCRadio. So, let's find out who are the top 3 clusters from last week. Kuya Tech, please play the video.
Third place, Frankfurt Cluster. Second place, Heidelberg Cluster. First place, Berlin Cluster.
Wow, congratulations to all of the most 3 active clusters from our broadcast. Last week, congratulations also to Berlin winning first place, Heidelberg cluster second place, and Frankfurt winning third place. And of course, thank you so much for all of the other clusters who have participated actively. If you have not been in the top 3, don't worry. We hope that you have been active in our live chat tonight, so you will win the 3 most active clusters, hopefully, in our broadcast next week. And now we have come to our closing part, and we would like to thank our dear panelists, Chanel and Kevin, and also Brother Scott for being with us here tonight. Also sharing your fashion style, your tips, right, and your tricks. And yes, we're very happy that you have been part of our show this evening. And of course, we would like to thank our dear viewers and listeners who are always actively tuning in our broadcast. Thank you so much for being active in the YouTube live chat, for also participating in our conversations. We're always happy to read out your comments, so keep on doing that as well. And we would like, of course, to thank our district CFO advisor, Brother Scott Augustine, our assistant district minister, Brother Jake Edick, and thank you to our district minister, Brother Joel B. Catalan. We would also like to say thank you to our INC Media Productions Chief, Brother Montrevel Boy, and thank you to our INCRadio station manager, Brother Wally Turay. And as well, we would like to thank our CFO coordinator and CEBSI president, Brother Angelo Eranio Manalo. And most importantly, thank you to the church administration and our beloved executive minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo. Thank you for watching INC Radio Central Europe, and we will see each other next week. Bye!